this is going to be where the YouTube VODs kick in. We've done the hour and a quarter of preamble, watching the trailer, describing what this game is, more or less, and what you can end up doing with it, going over the tech tree, so on and so forth. And now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of actually making a new character and playing it a little bit. Did I turn the volume back? The volume is back up. It's really low, though. Actually, let me just double check some things. Yes, everything's on. Yeah, this is just like menu music. It's going to be super low. Alright. Make a new character. What kind of jumpsuit we're going to go? We'll go with a red belt. Sure. Let's find a face. Go with you. Scars. Are we a grizzled veteran? Oh, wow, we've been involved in... That was a burn. Wow, what happened? How did you end up with these scars? I mean, this one actually looks like it could have been from a bear attack or something, so yeah, maybe. The others, though, they look... Well, that one also, possibly, but... I don't know, that one looks more like someone knifed you in a bar fight. We'll go without the scars. Facial hair, obviously. What? You can't have a guy with a massive beard in the trailer and then not let me have a massive beard in the game. So rude. Rude. Oh, well. I'll go without a tattoo as well, I guess, for now. Eye color. Let's go for more like mine. Alright. Tourist McProspector. Ah. We can't. Urst. Sorry. Beard doesn't fit in the helmet. Right. I haven't paid them enough exotics to be allowed to take a beard with me. You drop in with nothing. You have to grow your own beard while you're down there. That is fair. But Aavak, blue swords are the most effective armor. You've said so yourself. That's what I'm playing on hard mode, you know. On-site beard procurement. Right, confirm create. Chunk. Okay. Oh. Well, now. That's very interesting. So your characters share meta progress. Interesting. Tech tree? No. Okay, so your characters don't have... They have individual talents. So you could make a character that's built for a particular friend group that you've got, or a gaming group, rather, that has a more refined role within that group. And then you could have a character that's built for playing with a different group. You could have a character that's built primarily for solo. You will always have some solo perks that are only active when you're on your own. But you could make like a generous talent. That's actually quite cool. I like that. That's actually pretty fun. Accolades for this character. Yeah, all of that is unique to the character. But the meta progress is not. So that's actually really, really cool. So... with the cash I've got, I wouldn't be able to purchase any of these, but I could take this down with me if I really wanted to. I won't, because I want to kind of cover this as a fresh drop. But that is interesting. I like that. So you can have a fresh character with a fresh tech tree and a fresh talent list that you can tailor in a specific direction, but you'll still have access to all of the cool stuff that you've unlocked over time and can just purchase it. Because again, the research cost is the real kicker on most of these. The research costs can be extremely high for some of them, and then the crafting costs. I mean, you're still not going to be taking the best pre-made pick with you, because you're not going to have exotics in the beginning. But definitely, like buying a suit, that's possibly just the first run or two. All right, so let's go. Oh, that's also very interesting. New characters, in much the same way that meta progress is unlocked, new characters have access to all of the missions that any of your characters have gotten access to. That's very cool. Nevertheless, we're going to go down in the first mission, and we're going to pretend like this is our first day. Now, I'll adjust volume sliders accordingly once we get down there, but right now the volume is very, very low just because it's like menu volume. So, breached recon.
Welcome to Icarus, friend.
Hello.
UDA says we gotta drop you in a safe, well-mapped zone your first time down. They must have been thinking of some other planet. You'll see for yourself soon enough. There's a ways to go before you head out hunting for exotics. Right now, it's about learning to survive on the surface. So head down, take a look around, then we'll talk.
Okay. UDA mandated first drop for new prospectors. UDA regulations require new Icarus arrivals to demonstrate basic survival skills in this region before accepting further contracts. Prospectors are not expected to pursue specific objectives. Survival is deemed fulfillment. Terms: contractors will be provided with a functioning Envirosuit and basic crafting information. They will be otherwise unassisted. No further tasking will occur until basic competency is attained. Difficulty: very low. Right now, creature melee damage is minus 50%, health is minus 50, creature movement speed is low, bear spawn rate is down, lion spawn rate, polar bear spawn rate, wolf spawn rate. Aggressive creatures or all creature perception is low. These are the different difficulties you can go with. So easy, you'll get even less rewards. So we'd be down to 9 Ren at this point, but experience gain will also be down. Though, honestly, at this point, it barely changes anything because it's already so much of a... I don't think there's any benefit to putting easy on this mission. But you can go up to hard. So at hard, creature health is still lower, but their movement speed is normal. Aggressive creature perception is low. But melee damage is still lower, but their spawn rates are now increased rather than decreased. But you get more experience. However, you can only respawn 3 times. Now, one of the things I will say about respawn count is respawn count, it's not per person. It's for the entire prospect. So if you drop with 8 people, which is the maximum amount of people that can be in a prospect, that's 3 respawns between all of you. Now, a respawn is when you go down and you choose to respawn at your bed. If someone comes and gets you up, that's not a respawn. That's just, you got lifted back up by your friend. But yeah, you could get caught off guard by that if you assume that everyone got three safety nets. No, you've got 3 safety nets as a group. And if someone uses them all up really early on, being Leroy Jenkins, then now no one else can respawn. If Urs dies, he dies. Yes, no, indeed. This hardcore mission. You get more rewards. Warning, in hardcore missions, you will not be able to self-revive. If your character goes down, you can only be revived by a fellow prospector. Now, realistically speaking, you could go hard and hardcore. You just won't get the respawn count at all, but you may as well go hardcore anyway and just get all of the extra Ren that you can. You have to have insurance here. If you die, you get brought back, but you lose 33% of the total rewards. Yes, risk it for a biscuit. We'll go ahead and jump down on hard and hardcore just for the lulz. I may well die. Just to let you know, this is a new character, has no talents, has no particular proficiencies, can't do anything. It's very small, very new prospector. Does not boss mode. Does not even know bone arrow. Only knows rock and stick. I'm not going to take the Envirosuit because I'd lose it if he... Well, actually, no, we got insurance, so that would be safe. But let's go. We're going private for this one. Tunk. Is baby, yes. Rock and stick. Wait, wrong game. He may know rock, but does he know stone? Not yet. It's too small. Does not beer. Too young. Maximilian. Boo, insurance is for people who expect to fail. Yeah, the first two missions enforce insurance. But after that, insurance is up to you. I am a fan of drop pods. Also, what am I listening to? I can't quite see. It's moving too much. Don't forget the radar. 540 PSI max. Ow.
Welcome to Icarus, friend. Looks like your first time down here. Call me Sol.
Okay, Sol.
Looks like paradise.
Hello.
But don't be fooled. The air's poison.
Free falling,
Wildfire's
I
out
see.
to kill you. And the weather's like nothing you've ever seen. You'll need to make yourself some shelter soon enough.
Beautiful.
You know what you're doing, right? That's why you came all the way out here and dropped with nothing. 'Cause you could. Well, UDA wants you to show you understand the basics before they send you anywhere really dangerous. So get acquainted, then head back up when you're ready. Best of
Rightio,
luck,
Sol.
friend.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
I will try. As much as chat is going to try their best to convince me not to. Like by turning on hardcore mode and hard mode at the same time with a fresh character. So, fairly familiar with the start in almost every survival game. Grab rocks and sticks and harvest bushes. Pretty much the go-to in any survival game. Hunt, gather, craft. Gather sticks, stones off the ground, and fiber from bushes, and open the crafting menu. Then craft a stone axe for protection. Not for chopping down trees, just for protection. I need some more stones. Got pickaxe, wood pile, we got accolades, map. This is all I know of the map right now. The map is fairly large. And this is very, very small. We are tiny. Right, I need to go and find some stones. That should be enough. Now, it wants me to make an axe, but I, a clever so-and-so, I'm going to make a pickaxe, which technically is still an axe, I will say. Because the hardest thing to gather is not trees. There are plenty of sticks and twigs and small trees for me to collect. The hardest thing for me to collect is loose, bloody stones, just like in 7 days. So pickaxe first. And yes, you can straight up deform these things, and yes, there are boulders big enough that you can simply hollow out the inside like a giant egg and then live inside. And that is actually not a bad strategy in some cases. Because most wildlife do not consider trying to beat down a rock. So, make a tiny hole into your giant boulder. This is now your rock egg. You live inside. Bears cannot fit through the hole. Bears cannot damage the rock egg. You are now safe with your little campfire and your bedroll. It is the best of days. Immunity to bears. Also berries. The food system in this is very similar to Valheim in that you've got a number of buffs that you can have active in your stomach. And different foods offer different buffs, so that the green there, berry, boosts stamina for a short time. The act of eating this will give me a little bit of food and a little bit of water, but this will give me a modifier for 600 seconds that gives me plus 50 maximum stamina and 10% less water consumption. Very much worthwhile. Hop. Ah, good. Now make an axe. Move these down. Now, it is always worth using the right tool. I can simply gather this with my hand. I'll get some sticks I got 7 sticks, 7 fiber. Or these small trees I can gather with an axe. 16 sticks and 10 fiber. Now, different sized trees do give more, but the thing to look at here is that this gives me 100% yield from felling trees, 100% yield from mining. My hand does not. My hand cannot mine stone, by the way. You can't punch your way into a rock. Nor can you punch your way through a tree. You can snap young trees because they're basically just sticks pretending to be trees. But as you go up the tiers of tools, they will have larger and larger yield bonuses. It is always worth using the right tool for the job, including collecting fiber from bushes. If you've got a sickle, it's definitely worth doing. It wants me to level up, so just gather more stuff until I do. Generally speaking, it seems that the more stuff you gather from an action, the more experience. Now, that's purely anecdotal. I don't know if that is true for definite, but I get the impression that the more stuff I'm harvesting from something, the more experience I get from it.
With new skills come new possibilities. What you do with that knowledge, well, that's up to you. No point picking up a hammer if you don't know what you're making. Before you build, you gotta learn how.
This is true. Crap. I disapprove! I'm not here. Forget that I am there. Go somewhere else. I'm gone. Stupid dog. You have been defeated by rock. Ah, crap. You have no longer been defeated by rock. Okay. This is unfortunate. You did this to yourself, dog. I was fine with not doing this. Ah, shit. I greatly disapprove. The problem with animals is that I don't have a knife. Crap. I'm going to have to leave this area. I can't do... Well, actually, no, what I can do. Where are you? Whoop! Up on my shoulders. We're going for a run. Predators are attracted to bodies. To carcasses. Don't be where there is a carcass you can't deal with. Whoop! In you go. That will mask the smell. Okay. Whew. And I didn't hang around in the water because there are poisonous fish. I greatly disapprove. Also, should you get this game, please allow me to give you one bit of advice that has worked for me. It has completely changed how the game plays for me. Toggle crouch. Turn that on. So that you can do this with a single key press and stay in stealth. Rather than having to hold down your stealth button, which can get tiring, especially when you're trying to fight and line up a shot. And also, something to be aware of, when crouched, when stealthed, you will only go down things that are not considered falls. Small lips on, like, rocks, like over here, it doesn't seem that this counts it as a fall. But, like, a small lip on a rock will prevent you from walking off the edge. That was what was happening over by the wolf. That one is low enough. Let's try over here. No, these are all flat enough. But over there was a rock, and I couldn't get off the edge. And I was like, why is it not letting me... Oh, here. I can't physically walk off this edge because it is considered a drop. While crouching, you will always respect that. Right, so I've got to find a safe place to take my level. Problem is, on Icarus, there are no safe places. I also need some oxygen because my oxygen bar is going down. So I'm going to go into stealth here, and we're going to take our level. So you've got talent, solo, and regular. Solo talents you'll get every couple of levels. These are always active if you're on your own. So in a way, you end up with more than 40 talent points, even though you only gain one every level. But you'll get, on the levels where you get solo talent points, you'll get ones in the solo tree and in the regular tree. When you are on your own, it means you can kind of double buff a lot of stuff. Now, increased meat yield when skinning, increased bone yield when skinning. There's lots of things in here. There's combat, habitation. I'm going to say early on, these are probably not things that you need to look at. Like for your first couple of levels, probably nothing in here. Later on, though, you may want to do this. This is stuff like reduces tool durability loss, the cost of building, like building pieces. You've got a couple of things for husbandry, but again, these are not things you're really going to be getting to for a long time. Combat, you might feel that this is a good place to put your talent points, and you might well be right. My advice, though, would be in picking either hunting or resources early on. There are things to be said, though, about going exploration and getting Robust Explorer and chase them down for the maximum stamina and maximum health. Both of these make you much more survivable. Stamina obviously allows you to do more, run for longer. Health just allows you to take more hits before you go down. I, however, am going to take Bone Collector, because bone is going to be an incredibly important building resource. Now, later on, you're going to get so much bone, you're not going to know what to do with it. But early on, like, I am absolutely okay with taking this early and then just spending a respec point to change that much later on, down the line. But now we go over to the tech tree. And I'm also going to check out what's going on in chat for a moment. He called the pack. The wolf paws made me laugh. Oh, shush, lady. It is funny, though, when you're carrying something on your shoulders, like a deer, and all you've got is a floppy head and ears just obscuring your view. And then you unfortunately walk into a bear because you couldn't see it. Good afternoon, Kaiju. How you doing? Look, upon that wolf soil, I didn't seek it. It came for me. Love of conquest hither brought them. I would say, the lesson I have taught them is, I will never yield. But really, I didn't teach her a lesson. I killed it. It did not learn. This was not a learning experience. If the consequence is death, that's not a lesson. That's punishment. However, I need to unlock the wood rag torch. That is down here. So, we've got all of these. I can make stone pile, wood pile, an axe, and a pickaxe. I would like the torch. Now I need to craft it. There we go. Torch down there. Now here's another thing you can do. Oh, something can see me. I think a deer wandered past. Here's a nice thing you can do with the torch. Is you can have it on your hotbar. You can light it. It does have durability. It will eventually run out. As you can see, it does a pretty good job of the lighting. Oh, God. Please, no. Don't make me kill you again. This will make me more visible, by the way. You can sort of see... down here is like a stealth meter. As you move around, you're becoming more noisy. You're becoming more visible. It's not purely based on your visibility, but a decent bit of it is. However, generally speaking, what I've found is if you're still and not doing anything, something might be aware that there is something off, that there is someone nearby, but won't really turn aggressive because it doesn't... It's certain something is amiss, but isn't certain what. Like, you can end up inside your tiny little shack that you've hastily constructed to shield yourself from a storm, and a polar bear is outside. It knows something is wrong about this weird-looking rock, but doesn't know what. And, as a result, doesn't attack it. But if it could see you through the window, oh no, you're dead. And if you move around and make too much noise, you're also dead. In fact, if the bear is just feeling a little bit grouchy that day and just wants to take out its wrath on some rocks, you're also dead. Just generally avoid bears. Right, we've got an O2 slot. Using oxide like this is really inefficient because you just get a little bit of oxygen, but you can just put it in there and you'll automatically use it. I could eat my berries. They are slowly decaying. Now, the nice thing about this is it'll decay one item at a time, and then the next one will start with full health and start decaying again. So it's not the entire stack that's about to go out. Also, that sound was a status effect going. I can eat one just to add the status effect back. And I can go and find some other food. I noticed some pumpkins and things around, but we'll take a moment for that. Build a shelter and craft the bedroll to survive the harsh Icarus environment. Well, then that means I am going to need a bedroll. Where would bedrolls live? Past campfire, so we're going to have to take that. And I'm going to have to take a bedroll. However, I'm going to have to also build a shelter, because I believe this has to be placed in a shelter. A cave would count. Also, a very big rock would count. So technically, if I could find a big enough rock, I could just go ahead and do that. But this is the big one. Not yet. There are so many other things that I'm going to have to do first, realistically. So, let's make a knife. This will allow me to skin things. It's also going to give me a weapon. I can use my stone knife as a weapon. I can also make some stone throwing knives. Not quite as capable, and they will break fairly easily, but I'll get 5 of them at a time. And right now, this is my only ranged weapon. So I'm going to make a bunch of stone throwing knives. Later on, I will make a bow, and that will be great. But for now, we are a nicey boy.
Before you start building, you need to hydrate. There's a lake down there. Go take a drink.
Ah, shitballs.
Even a basic Envirosuit will filter out anything.
Biscuits, Chad. Unpleasant biscuits. Chamois that hasn't seen me somehow. Please no chamois. Ah, crap. The chamois has now seen me. Okay, I need to go and drink. It's going to get a bit nasty for a while. And I've got nowhere safe to be, so, you know, this is just going to suck.
Here in the Terra Zone, the water's pretty clean. Fish don't seem to mind it.
Now, I think in this zone, it artificially prevents you from getting dysentery from just drinking water from the pond. But there is a chance that you will get it outside of this zone that I have seen, at the very least. I would very much like some bones. Super like some bones, actually. Or I can make them. That over there is a poisonous fish. Okay, my character has never had to tickle fish, it seems. This is now my fish. It's an unorthodox way of fish tickling, but, you know, it'll do its job. Alright, I need a dry place to put a fire. I do not have one, so I'm going to make one. This may work. Right. Should be good enough. I need some food, you see. Some proper food. There we go. It's colliding. I need to clear out that area a lot more then. Give me just a few moments. See, the problem is that obviously rain is going to cause issues. However, I can get out of the rain in here pretty comfortably. It's not a very large rock. It's definitely not big enough for me to lay a to pop a bedroll in or anything, but I can get out of the rain at least. Yeah, this basically is a terraformed planet. The terraforming went awry. Ostensibly because exotics messed with the enzymes, etc. It's really, though, corporate greed. They discovered exotics, super material, which do interesting things that material science can't replicate outside of using those materials. So a consequence of that is that, well, oh no, it seems that our almost fully terraformed world is just not inhabitable. Oh, such a shame. So yeah, now we're just going to mine the place for exotics. So the reason why it looks like Earth is because it was almost Earth. The animals and stuff live here because they've been genetically modified to be able to do so. It's kind of hand-wavy, I'm going to be honest. The fish are fine in the water because they've been modified in order to be fine with the water. They're a lot... I mean, realistically speaking, there probably would be an awful lot of reasons why you wouldn't be allowed to do that to humans, even if they said they were okay with it. So maybe that makes sense. I don't know. Let's pop some fuel in there. I would like to cook a fish, because raw fish only gives me food. Activate. Ah. A tiny rock egg. Making charcoal, which will be useful later, but not right now. There we go. Cooked fish. 30 health when consumed, 80 food when consumed. Steamed fish. Lifts stamina, improves health and regeneration. Plus 75 maximum health and plus 20% stamina regen. Definitely worth having in my belly right now. Oh, I have got dysentery. Ah, okay, fair enough. So I got less nutrition out of that. Shame. Right, don't need this active anymore. Pull that into my inventory, and then I'm going to walk back in here. And going to just seek shelter from the storm. Oh, the storm was letting up anyway. Fair enough. Right, so dysentery is going to end a lot sooner than it probably would have normally. It'd be, several hundred seconds normally. I need to find something to kill so I can get some bones, because I can't craft with fish bones. Oh, actually, I should probably take my talent points too. So, solo. Increased base stamina. Increased movement speed. Increased health. Or a general increase to melee damage. I am going to go definitely with more health. Let's grab that one. And then regular talents. At this point, I would like more meat yields. Increased movement speed when carrying a corpse. I mean, that's a possibility. Increased stamina regen after taking damage. Not really something I'm looking for. Filling meals gives me more hunger bar. Slows food decay in my inventory. Useful. Increased base to health. Increased base to stamina. Also very useful. Increased carrying weight. Very nice. Increased stamina regen during storms. All sorts of things for you. But we're going to go with chase them down. Ultimately, there are going to be certain perks that you really want lower down. For example, this one, I would say make a beeline for. Can see animal health bars when they're roughly proximate to you. It will give you a massive heads up that there's something hiding behind that rock. You can think of it like you're just aware of your surroundings. You can see the tracks. You can see, maybe you can smell, oh, that's like wolf fur that I can smell, so on and so forth. It gives you a better, it's not like you can see them all over the place. You have to be close, but you'll see them before you're so close that they would notice you. You won't know what they are. You'll just know that there is a health bar behind that rock. Then later on, you can get the ability to tell what it is behind that rock. It starts out with small animals, medium, then large animals, so on and so forth. Generally speaking, I go for a lot of stuff in the hunter tree. Right, next up, I've got to have level 5 for the bone knife, which is a shame. But I want a bow and I want arrows. You're going to need both in order to be able to make arrows. To make use of the bow. Now with that, unfortunately these knives are probably no use to me. Still, I'll keep them around for now. In fact, I should probably keep that one there. I want a bow. Yep. And I want arrows. 10 should do. But yes, the suit voice is a liar. It was, in fact, bad water. I mean, granted, it wasn't super bad. I just had a rough tummy for a couple of seconds, but still. I expected better of you, suit voice. Let's go ahead and eat this as well. Pull up my food a little bit more. Grab some more berries. And I may as well eat these. And since I don't have many things on my hotbars right now, I'll just pop that down there so I can easily eat it. Let's top up my O2 again. Now, hunting, while it's raining, is not as bad of an idea as it might sound. because my enemy will find it as hard. Oh, well, my enemy. Oh, Lord, that's an incredibly mercenary way of thinking of hunting. My prey is as their senses are as hampered as mine are. It's just my senses are feeding a superior human intellect. So I am left with a bit of a bigger advantage than they are, since typically their senses are the better ones. Whatever's there is spotting me. Can't see its face. I'm not going to take a shot if I don't know I'm going to get a kill. Or have a very good chance of it. Damn it, that wasn't a stealth hit. Now, I did hit it though, so hold F to examine. I'm going to track it. It is bleeding, and it will leave a blood trail that I can follow. I'm getting a lot of exposure here, which is a problem. You'll hear it. My character will start to gasp. It's not nice being out here in this weather. And the trail is going cold the longer it takes me. Especially because of the rain. Pumpkins. Gobble those down. I'm going to keep the watermelon, though, because the watermelon is going to be particularly good for water, obviously. The hunter in space. Now, normally I would say leave these things. Where's the... It's going this way. Leave stuff like pumpkins and the likes alone. Unless you have a desperate need for them. Oh, it's been wandering around here. Where did it go? Where are you right now? 59 seconds ago. Okay. This storm will be over very soon, but I am really suffering from the exposure at this point. There it is. Yeah, I really, really like the hunting in this game. God, my aim is garbage right now. I'm not getting the sneak attacks at all. Makes me just feel bad. I don't want you to suffer. I just need your fur in order to make a bedroll as part of my mission objectives. One thing I will say about wolves is at least they come to you. The other thing I'll say about wolves is you don't want them to. Sadly. There we are. You can see me. Oh, there we go. Managed to get the stealth attack. Collect my arrow. Use my knife. Don't look at me like that. 2 raw meat, 4 bone, a bunch of leather. Don't leave the bone behind, by the way. The skeleton will still attack predators from what I understand. Also, it's more bones that you can collect. I noticed that chamois way too late. That was my fault. Right. Rabbit over there. Not looking for rabbits right now. You've already noticed me. I would like a predator if I can find one. By the way, predators give you much more experience for killing. I mean, you might have expected as much, but just to confirm, they absolutely do. Grab a little bit more oxygen. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can just come back to areas you've already, like missions you've already been on if you want to. Like, I could bring my level 29 character on this mission, and I would just race through it and complete it in about half an hour, whereas this character's going to take a little while. Well, I say half an hour, probably like 15 minutes. Normally it would take you about 45 minutes to complete this mission, but I'm going a little bit slower because I'm tutorializing things a bit. I apologize for that, but yeah, it is what it is. Right, let's have some watermelon. That's a different type of food buff as well. You can check out what it's giving. More stamina, so I'm a little bit more capable of running around. My stone knife is damaged, though. Let me go ahead and repair that while I'm here. And my pickaxe as well.